Hey guys, Dr. Ray from Chiropractic Plus, and I don't know if you watched my last video, but we talked about feet. Okay, so we're going to talk about feet again, but this time I want you to make sure you share this video with a new patient, with a friend, a loved one, or somebody who has trouble with their feet already. Now we're going to first of all talk about the foot itself. We're going to talk about what it takes to make sure we get that. So let's go ahead and take a look at these feet. Now there's a foot right there. That's me. It's all beat up from this weekend walking around on my bare feet. But there's three arches in the foot. This one is called the longitudinal arch. See it right here? This is the lateral arch, and that is called the transverse metatarsal arch between your two bumps. Now when you walk, you should be standing and walking on your foot centers. The center of your heel, the center of each foot. Okay, now that's the way it should be. Now as you heel strike, you should strike on the outside of your foot, roll across the medial surface of your foot towards the inside part, and toe off right here between your first and second toe. There's my finger right there. See it? That's where you should toe off as you're walking. Now what can happen if you overpronate or oversupinate, these arches don't absorb shock appropriately. What happens is the foot elongates and gets bigger and tears this big ligament across here and all these muscles, and we call that the plantar fascia. And so if it's inflamed, we call it plantar fasciitis. Inflammation. Makes sense, right? Plantar fasciitis. Now right here, we've got an attachment where the plantar fascia, or the ligaments and the muscles, attach to the calcaneus, this big heel bone right here. Now if this thing spreads out, that starts to tear that away from the heel. And so ultimately, as it tears away, the body goes, gosh, I need to repair that. And it starts putting calcium in there, and we develop a heel spur. Okay, and that can be extremely painful as well. Now, again, oftentimes we can have a drop transverse metatarsal arch. When that occurs, then what happens is you start to lose your toe dynamic, and you end up developing what are called hammer toe or claw toe. So this toe buckles up like that, and they get these big buckles right here, and that drop. See this drop right there, that big gully right there? That's because you've dropped the transverse metatarsal arch. So correcting for this. So many things, right? So we've got to reposition the talus by adjusting. We got to basically approximate the forefoot and the calcaneus, this heel bone, to raise up that arch through adjustment techniques within the foot itself. We need to provide the stability to increase and raise that up by stimulating a muscle in the front of the leg right here. I'll use this one called the tibialis anterior, and the tibialis posterior. I'll use this one because it's in the sun right here. And then these guys hook under one side and around the outside, and they form a stirrup underneath the inside called the stirrup muscles that provide stability for the ankle and support the whole thing. So many things as it relates to feet, Dr. Ray. My goodness. Well, bottom line is, if you're having any of those problems or struggles, make sure that you tell me so we can start adjusting the feet. But the more critical thing we have to do is what? We have to adjust your spine, because the brain controls all these arches, all these mechanics, all these things. All the cool things I'm doing with my feet right now are under the direct influence and control of my nervous system. So the bottom line is, in order to keep and maintain good foot health, you have to not only get the feet adjusted, get a good set of orthotics, all of which we do in our office, but you've got to get your spine right so that feet can communicate with the brain, and the brain can communicate with the feet, and that makes us happy feet. There's my heart. See my heart right there? So guys, if this is you, talk to one of your doctors and get those feet taken care of. If it's not you, but you have friends that have foot troubles or they complain, send this video to them. Take care, and thanks for listening. Bye-bye.